Time now for The Real Estate Connection with Stephen Theard, a realtor and certified probate and real estate specialist. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or a seasoned investor looking to downsize, move up, or refinance, this program is for you.
A house in the middle of our street. Something tells you that you've got to move in the middle of our...
From probate sales to landscape design to home repairs and maintenance, this is your weekly look into all things real estate. Now your host for The Real Estate Connection, Stephen Theard.
Well, hello everyone. It has been a while and I apologize for not being around more. However, it has been a super busy season in Good Patriot Realty's life, and many milestones have been being celebrated and accomplished over the last month. So I apologize for my absence, but we are back. First, I want to congratulate my bride on her milestone of retiring from the library for the city of San Jose after working for 36 long, faithful years, and also reaching the birthday age of, not going to tell you. Not going to reveal that, but she has retired, and we've been celebrating her birthday and retirement along with my birthday as well. So it's been a lot going on, but we are back, and we are back with a vengeance. So I want to thank you for joining the podcast today. This is The Real Estate Connection. It's been so long, I almost forgot the name of my own podcast. All right, The Real Estate Connection, brought to you by Good Patriot Realty, a salute to home ownership. And I want to thank you for spending time with me today. So without any further ado, I don't want to waste any more time. We're going to get right into it. Today's show is a unique one because it talks about an experience in the United States of America that a lot of people are dealing with the high cost of living, inflation being a factor in everything that we do, whether it's buying gas at the pump or going to the grocery store or paying for utilities. Everything is just up, including the cost of living for owning a home or renting a home. So what a lot of people have turned to is multi-generational living. And so today's podcast is on how to create harmony in a multi-generational home. And oh, by the way, if you don't want to miss another podcast, be sure to check us out at Apple Podcasts. You can sign up for The Real Estate Connection at Apple Podcasts. Just look for Stephen Theard, STEPHENTHEARD. Type that in. A lot of the AI will correct your spelling if you don't spell it right. And you should find the logo, which is yours truly in a cowboy hat, which is gray, and a gray jacket with a blue shirt. And it says The Real Estate Connection with Stephen Theard. Go ahead and subscribe there. You can also find us on Podbean and iHeartRadio. So go ahead and check that out for yourself. And that way you don't have to miss another episode. You'll get a notification every time we put a new one up. Or you can just find me live on YouTube. Also, if you happen to be friends with me personally, you'll find me on my Facebook page. However, that is an exclusive group, and there aren't very many people who I have connected to me on my personal Facebook page. So I suggest going through all of the wonderful platforms that are out there for us to use. So let's jump right on into it. All right, so given that more people are living together multi-generationally, how do you create a harmony in a multi-generational home? So creating a harmonious multi-generational home can be rewarding and challenging, and that's to say the least. You need to blend the needs and lifestyles of grandparents, parents, and children. But a balanced, peaceful living environment requires thoughtful planning and a proactive approach. So we're going to get into what thoughtful planning and proactive approaches look like. The first is designating zones for activities. So what you want to do is, if you're living in a multi-generational environment where you may have parents, children, and grandparents, or maybe even great-grandchildren, or cousins, aunts, and nephews, is you want to create individual zones for various activities. That's essential for creating harmony. So set up communal areas where everyone can interact, like a shared living room or dining area. But equally as important are spaces for individual solitude, such as personal bedrooms or a quiet reading nook. This balance allows for family bonding while respecting each person's need for privacy and downtime. Now, we saw this pop up in the pandemic where everyone was forced to stay at home with each other, and people found the value of individual spaces for different activities really important. And so, what we saw in the pandemic era were people moving out of condos and townhouses where you didn't have a lot of individual space, but more communal space, to moving into single family homes where there was more room for people to have a place to create space for themselves, where you had a backyard, a front yard, maybe a walk to a park or a library. And then people were looking for more bedrooms and flex spaces for maybe practicing exercise or hobbies, or a place for people to work at home where they weren't coming in and interfering with each other. So, designating zones for activities is really important, communally and individually. All right, what else is needed for harmonious living in a multi generational lifestyle? Well, things are going to break. And when you have multiple people living in a house that are coming and going, sometimes not all of the repairs and things that are necessary to be communicated to be done get passed to the appropriate people. So the suggestion is, use a repair app that everyone has access to. So using a repair app can streamline the process when your home requires repairs. These apps let you document issues, schedule maintenance, and track progress efficiently. If you need immediate assistance, many apps offer expert video chat options such as YouTube, and such as another app called Plumbing Live Chat, providing real-time advice for plumbing issues. Additionally, you can access local professionals for any in-home plumbing repair needs, ensuring your home remains safe and functional. So again, communication is key in maintaining and fixing repair-related issues in the home, and using repair apps or expert video options such as YouTube is vitally important for you to share this information, so that somebody doesn't walk in the morning and see that maybe one of the toilets is clogged or backed up and it was never communicated, and then someone walks in and is frustrated by the issue instead of knowing about it. Using a repair app or a communication tool where everyone has access to the issues creates harmony so that everyone knows what's going on. So, what is the next point of harmony in living in a multi-generational environment? The next piece is foster empathy and understanding. So, promote empathy and understanding among the generations by sharing personal stories and experiences. Encourage family members to discuss their past, present, and hopes for the future, fostering deep connections and bridging generational gaps. This practice ensures everyone feels heard and appreciated. Through these shared experiences, stories, a family's unique culture and values are solidified and passed down, creating a stronger, more cohesive family unit where each member is valued. Let me tell you something, there's nothing better than listening to your own heritage and your family background from a grandparent who can tell you about how they grew up, the lifestyle that they were living, the different challenges that they had to overcome in order for the next generation to be more successful or to just maintain the status quo in the face of adversity, which creates strength within the parents and then is passed down to the children and creates this bond of unity and family and creates a strong foundation for when the children come back or when they go out into the world to create their own families as well. So, fostering empathy and understanding is really important in multi-generational home living. What's next? Create a shared family calendar. There's nothing worse than walking in to a party that you did not know was happening, right? It's a wonderful idea to have a shared calendar so we know where everyone's going to be at, where they're coming, when they're going to be gone for a few days. So if you need to get a hold of somebody, it's just really, really smart. A shared family calendar is valuable for coordinating activities, appointments, and events, keeping everyone informed and preventing scheduling conflicts. So, what if you have a child who's inviting a bunch of friends over to study for a big important exam, but you also have grandparents that have invited a bunch of people over to play cards for the evening? There can be a clash. So it's great to have a calendar that everyone has access to so that everyone stays informed. Whether this be digitally or on paper, the calendar should be accessible to all family members. And be patient with your older family members who may not be as tech savvy and do not want to use digital calendars and prefer a printed paper calendar. And that's even better because, sometimes the information gets very buried into our devices and we don't access them. But when you walk by a calendar and you can see it with your own eyes every day, it just makes it easier for everyone to kind of have a visual as to what's going on. And plus, you can see the layout of the week and anticipate when things are going to happen instead of it being a surprise. Like I said, this promotes better communication and helps the entire family maintain a smooth daily routine. All right, what's next? Encourage mutual assistance. So promote a culture of mutual assistance where family members support one another in various tasks. From helping with homework to sharing household chores, everyone should feel they have a role. This way, things don't land on just two or three people. You know, in the church, there's this saying that 20% of the people do 80% of the work. You don't want that to happen in a multi-generational home. Each a family member is going to have a strength and weakness. And so identify what those are and distribute the tasks appropriately to the people that have strengths and weaknesses in various areas. This cooperative spirit makes daily life smoother and strengthens familial bonds. The sense of unity and collective responsibility grows when each person contributes, fostering a supportive and cohesive family environment. Now, this next tip is really important. Update family rules and agreements. Now, when everyone first moves in, it's going to be this euphoria, kind of like a new relationship where everyone's excited about coming together, saving money, all having a roof over their head where you don't have to worry about where you're going to sleep at night, and just feeling this sense of security. But as you come together, people are going to have various different ways of doing things. And so you have to meet and make rules so that everyone knows what's required of them and how the house is going to function. However, those are going to change over time as people grow, their jobs change, school schedules change, or people have different responsibilities that come and go into their life, and schedules need to be adjusted. So regularly updating family rules and agreements is crucial for maintaining fairness and relevance. As household dynamics change, so should the guidelines that govern them. Hold family meetings to discuss and revise these rules, ensuring they reflect all members' current needs and circumstances. This keeps expectations clear, helping prevent misunderstandings and ensures every family member feels heard and respected, fostering a more harmonious living environment. All right, two more. Second to last, but not least, organize family projects. Or, um, organize family projects that everyone can contribute to, like gardening or home improvement, to foster teamwork and a sense of accomplishment, whether planting a vegetable garden or repainting a room. Working together on a common goal reinforces the value of cooperation, and it gives everybody some skin in the game as far as pride of ownership or pride of where they're living. These activities provide for learning and skill sharing among generations as well. If you have a retired painter in the family who painted for 15 or 20 years and you go to paint a bedroom, what a fantastic opportunity to bring the children in and teach them a new skill set. Leveraging on the skills and experiences of people who have already been through things or are trained in things, it just is a wonderful incubator of learning and training that can be passed down generation to generation, especially if you have a chef or a cook in the family that can pass down recipes or meal planning tips. These types of things lead to restaurants being opened in the community and creating this sense of of culture that can be shared not only in the home but outside the home. And what's last but not least, celebrate milestones and achievements. Acknowledge and celebrate each generation's milestone and achievements to reinforce the value of each family member's life's journey. Whether it's a graduation, retirement, a la my wife, 36 years, working one job, talk about commitment. That's commitment. Never quitting, never giving up, no matter how hard it got or how messy things seemed, never giving up. That is just a wonderful word picture, not only of dedication to a work, but to marriage and our Lord that dedicates himself to us, Jesus Christ, to his bride, the church. It's just absolutely fantastic. Or personal accomplishment. These celebrations highlight the importance of individual growth within the family unit. Recognizing achievement fosters a sense of pride and belonging, encouraging everyone to support one another's aspirations and strengthening the emotional bonds that hold the family together. So, in summation, creating harmony in a multi-generational home requires ongoing effort, just like with all relationships, whether it's marriages, friendships, brothers and sisters, cousins, fathers and mothers with parents or grandparents with children and grandchildren. We all have to work hard. It's an ongoing effort and being flexible as well. Promoting mutual respect and understanding can build a cohesive and supportive living environment for all ages. By embracing the strengths and experiences of each generation, your family can enjoy a fulfilling, harmonious home life that honors individuality and togetherness. So, not only is it cost saving, but it actually goes back to our roots. If we go all the way back, this is how we lived. You had parents, you had grandparents nearby because as they were older, they needed help. They couldn't go out and hunt, they couldn't go out in the fields and work. But when you brought in the crops, they could sit and they could sort and pick out the good from the bad. They could sit down and crush grains and create flour. They could knead the dough, right? But then the stronger people needed to be out working. And as you got more intelligent and you were having children, you would bring them as they grew up into the process. And so it was more of a communal living lifestyle. Not until we got into the last 150, 200 years of living did we start going into this individual lifestyle where it was just one husband and wife with children living together without the parents. or the other parts of the community living with each other to support each other. So as things change and our environment changes and things get more expensive, it may be a blessing in disguise in that we're bringing the family together again in multi-generational living, supporting each other from cradle to grave in love. So I hope this was informative to you, and that you will pass it along to anybody who's facing the prospect of multi-generational living and are concerned about it. Pass this podcast along and share with them the many, many benefits that it provides, not only to the grandparents who are looking for security and support and love from their children, but also that you can show your children how it is to love from cradle to grave. And I'm going to leave you with this. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. If you don't want to miss another episode of the Real Estate Connection, brought to you by Good Patriot Realty, a salute to home ownership, don't forget to go on to Apple Podcasts and subscribe, iHeartRadio, Podbean, and I'm forgetting something. Spotify, that's the other one, on Spotify too. Just do a search for Stephen Theard, Stephen. It's right, Theard. If you're watching live, it's on my logo on the upper corner of the screen, and or you can just put in the Real Estate Connection. They'll probably bring up other business podcasts as well, but just look for yours truly, Stephen Theard, and you should be able to subscribe without a problem. Or if you just want to send me an email at info@realestateconnectionradio.com, that's fine too. If you have any questions regarding residential real estate or the prospect of buying a multi-generational home where you may have a couple of generations pooling their money together in order to purchase the property, let me know. I'd be happy to help. I've done that many times where we've had brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles pooling their money together in order to buy a large enough home for many family members to live in, and dealing with the different desires and requests of everyone and putting them all together to find that perfect house. Let me know. I'd be happy to help. Stephen Theard with Good Patriot Realty, 408-472-0817. Again, 408-472-0817. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. And God bless your families. We will see you next time on another episode of the Real Estate Connection, brought to you by Good Patriot Realty, a salute to home ownership.
This has been The Real Estate Connection with Realtor and Certified Probate and Real Estate Specialist Stephen Theard. Licensed Cal BRE number 017000019. For more information on this program, visit realestateconnectionradio.com. To contact Stephen directly, call 408-472-0817 or email info@realestateconnectionradio.com. And be sure to tune in next week at this time for The Real Estate Connection.